उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। करते हैं जंगल में मंगल, पक्षी गण हरे शाख पर। करते हैं जंगल में मंगल, पक्षी गण हरे शाख पर। पाते हैं आनंद मिल, गाते हैं स्वर भर धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ, उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। गान कर अमी चंद्र भजन, आनंद ईश्वर की स्तुति। गान कर अमी चंद्र भजन, आनंद ईश्वर की स्तुति। ध्यान धर सुनते हैं श्रोता, कान धर धर धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ, उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। जिसका यश नित गाते हैं, गंधर्व गुणी जन धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ, उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Panatipak ji. We'll now begin our Sandhya, and this will be led by Srimati Geeta Raman.
Namaste once again to all our lovely people, members at Mandir this morning, and those listening online, joining us online. We are very, very grateful to be able to come to this Mandir this morning, but wherever we are, to participate in a few minutes of connecting with that divine being who resides within us. This morning, with a lot of gratitude and heartfelt thanks, we connect with that, we make that divine connection. We leave all our thoughts from the time we got up this morning to now, and we bring our minds to this present moment. All we want to do is to connect with that divine being within us. Let us release everything else by taking 3 breaths and chanting Om as we begin Sandhya. We'll inhale, and on the exhale, we'll chant Om. Om. Everybody please join. We now chant Gayatri Mantra, asking God, as we begin our Satsang this morning, guide our intellects, that we may be blessed in a special way this morning, and we may be able to be blessings to all whom we come in contact with. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavituravarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. And now we will begin Sandhya. Atha Sandhya Upasana Vidhi. Those of us who have water, we will chant, we'll rinse our hands, we'll sip water after each of these mantras. Om Amrito Pastaranamasi Swaha. Om Amrita Pidanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashah Shrimai Shriha Shreyatam Swaha. Recite this mantra with me and we'll sip water 3 times. Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyo Rabhisravantu Naha. Rupa Ishvara Puran Abhishta Kije यह नीरहो सुदामे कल्याण दान दीजे नित रिद्धि सिद्धि बरसे हित हो सदा हमारा भक्ति रहे हृदय में सद्धर्म प्रेम धारा सद्धर्म प्रेम धारा. Join with me. O all-pervading Mother, sweet and divine, be pleased to bless the cravings of my soul. To reach thy bosom, may this world of mine be filled with peace and bliss from pole to pole. At this point, we take a few minutes, a few seconds to look at our bodies, giving thanks to all our limbs and our organs. We are blessed. We are so blessed. We'll touch our organs as we go along and our sensory organs. Om Vak Vak, Om Prana Prana, Om Chakshush Chakshu, Om Shrotram Shrotram, Om Nabhi, Om Hridayam, Om Kantaha, Om Shiraha, Om Bahubhyam Yashobalam, Om Kartalakara Prishte. And recognizing that this body is so important, there's a second time where we bless these organs by doing the Marjana mantra. Om Bhuv Punatu Shirasi, Om Bhuvah Punatu Netrayoha, Om Swaha Punatu Kanthe, Om Maha Punatu Hridaye, Om Jana Punatu Nabhyam, Om Tapa Punatu Padayoha, Om Satyam Punatu Punashirasi, Om Kham Brahma Punatu Sarvatra. And this breath is so important. We woke up this morning and we were able to breathe, or else we would not be here. We recognize that this breath is so important, and we take 3 deep breaths and chant these mantras. Om Bhuva, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Om Bhuhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam. Now, we take a few minutes and we think about God, the creator of this universe, this wonderful universe, and we marvel at the way he created this world. We ourselves are beautiful creations, and look at us ourselves, look at our outside, the beautiful flowers, those of us who have gardens, they're blooming. Everything is so beautiful. And we thank God and we appreciate that. And we ask God, give us that one drop, one single drop of creativity like his or hers, that we too can create beautiful things. Aghamarshana mantra. Om Ritancha Satyancha Bhidhatapasodhyajayata Tatoratrayajayata Tataha Samrudro Arnavaha. Om Samudradarnavadadhi Samvatsaro Ajayata Ahoratrani Vidadhar Vishvasya Mishato Vashi. Om Surya Chandramasauthata Yatha Purvam Akalpayat Devam Cha Prithivim Chantarikshamatho Swaha. Recognizing that water is a major part of this universe and a major part of ourselves. We need, in this heat today especially, and these days, we need to hydrate. And as we chant this mantra, we remember and we sip water. Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyo Rabhisravantuna. At this point, we will virtually take a tour of this universe, or the four cardinal points and the upper and lower regions. We acknowledge the presence of this divine being all throughout this universe, and we ask him or her to give us that sense of creativity in our own lives. Mansa Parikrama Mantra. Om Pratijite Varuno Dipati Rasito Rakshita Ditya Ishavaha Tibhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishubhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Dvishmastamo Jamphe Tatmaha. Om Dakshina Digindro Dipatistirashiraji Rakshita Pitara Ishavaha Tibhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishubhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Dvishmastamo Jambhe Tatmaha. And as we chant these mantras, let us today remember the last part of these mantras. Whomsoever may offend us, and whomsoever we may offend, we commit to your justice, Lord. Nothing is in our hands. We leave it in your hands. Om Pratichi Digvaruno Dipati Pridaku Rakshitanam Ishavaha Tibhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishabhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Dvishmastam Vocham Petadmaha Om Udichi Somo Dipati Swajo Rakshita Shanerishavah Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishabhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Vishmastambo Jambhidhatmaha Om Dhruvadik Vishnuradhipati Kalmashagrivo Rakshita Virudha Ishava Tibhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishubhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Dvishmastambo Jambhidhatmaha Om Urdhvadik Brihaspati Radipati Shvitro Rakshita Varshamishavaha Tebhyo Namo Dipatibhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishabhyo Nama Ebhyo Astu Yosman Dveshtiyam Vayam Vishmastambo Jambhidhatmaha. The vibrations are so powerful and so calming, and we know that we are divine beings. We feel that divinity within us as we chant Upasthana mantras. Om Udvayam Tamasaspari Swaha Pashyanta Uttaram Devan Devatra Suryamaganma Jyotiruttamam Om Urutyam Jataverasam Devam Vanti Ketavaha Trishe Vishvaya Suryam Om Chitram Devanam Muragananikam Chakshur Mitrasya Varunasya Agni Apradyava Prithvi Antariksham Surya Atma Jagatastascha Swaha Om Tatchakshur Devahitam Purastat Shukram Ucharat Pashima Sharada Shatam Jivema Sharada Shatam Srinuyama Sharada Shatam Prabhavama Sharada Shatam Adinahasyama Sharada Shatam Bhuyascha Sharada Shatat. And again we sip water 3 times. Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyo Rabhisravantu Nah. We have come to chanting one of the greatest mantras that was ever given to us. this power of this mantra, we need to contemplate on, and we are sure that it will bring results and bring us closer. The Gayatri Mantra says, "Oh God, give us a little bit again." It's all asking God, give us a little bit of your intellect. Guide our intellect in the same direction that your intellect is. Make us just like you, all the beneficial and beneficent values. And let us learn to discriminate when the not so noble thoughts come into our minds. Let it go and let us just bring noble thoughts into our minds. Atha Brahma Gayatri Savitri Guru Mantra. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. O Soul of Life, the Holy King of Kings, O God of all the regions high and low, O Lord of joy, whose glory nature sings, who shapes the earth and lets the mortals grow. We seek thy blessed feet to meditate upon thy glorious form of holy light, which drives away the gloom of sins we hate, and makes the souls of righteous people bright. My heart, O Father, meekly prays to thee, to win thy grace to make me good and wise, and bless my mind with knowledge full and free, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Yes, from dark and vicious thoughts of sins and lies. Samarpana Vakyam. हे ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत्कृपयानेन जपोपासनादि कर्मणा धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्षाणां सद्यः सिद्धिर्भवे नमः. And now we bow. We all bow. O God of calm, we bow to you. O God of peace, O Lord of bliss divine, thy grace supplies the burning heart's balm. Thy blessings in my right desire shine. As we chant this mantra, we pray that we can maintain our humility as we go through this day, and as we interact with people today, and we interact with people throughout the week and the month. Let us remember that we are just a small speck in this universe, and we are so humbled by the greatness of our Creator. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Vayobhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Shivataraya Cha. Mangalesha Shankar मंगल करो हमारा।
पावन प्रकाश पाए
परमार्थ पुण्य द्वारा। परिजान पे पिला दो अवदरगार दानी। तेरी शरण में आया हे भक्त यह भवानी। हे भक्त यह भवानी। हे भक्त यह भवानी। ओम शांति शांति शांति। इति संक्षेपतः संध्या उपासना विधि।
Bye, Neeraj. Okay, stay.
सुंदर सब दुर्गान हमारो। रंजन सब नर नार। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। भक्ति स्वाति की धार। सुंदर सब दुर्गान हमारो। रंजन सब नर नार। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। ईश सगुन निर्गुण अविनाशी। मात पिता और तोर भय हम वास्त सदा ही। तार हमें संसार हो। तार हमें संसार। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। आर्य समाज नमस्ते भावे। वीर प्रकाश लखा। खंड पखंडा होत लगावे। जान जगत उजियार हो। जान जगत उजियार। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। तीरथ भावन दूर भगावे, आय यहाँ पर प्यार। देव दयानंद प्रेम विवेक, ईश्वर एकता। ओ ईश्वर एकता। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। तीर्थ भया यहाँ गोत्र लगावे, पुण्य यहाँ बरसाए। संगति संतन नेम चलावे, शोभन सब व्यवहार। हो शोभन सब व्यवहार। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। भक्ति स्वाति की धार, सुंदर सुमधुर गान हमारो। रंजन सब नर नार। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। स्वागत सब जन इस मंदिर हो। Namaste everyone, and welcome once again to our Sunday service, and this is being led by the Mahila. गौर में माँ की आँखें खुली जग, देखा है बाप की कांधे चरखी. You opened your eyes for the first time while in your mom's lap. You saw the world for the first time on your father's shoulder. Today, in the United States, on the 23rd of July of 2023, it has been designated National Parents' Day. So today's Hawan is dedicated to all parents. If you are fortunate enough to have both of your parents alive, or even one, this is an opportunity for you to say thank you. And even if you don't have your parents alive, this is an opportunity for you to still say thank you, because had it not been for your parents, would we have been here? And as we're celebrating parents today, we have two parents that are celebrating their birthdays today, Bahin Deepa and Bhai Rajan. So we also recognize them in today's service. As we do Achman, take water in your right palm. Om Amrito Pastere Namase Swaha. Om Amrita Pidhan Namase Swaha. Om Satyam Yashah Shrirmayesh Shri Shrayatam Swaha. Athahanga Sparsha. Touching of the limbs again, water in the left palm, and you're taking these two fingers and touching and asking for the well-being of all of our body parts. Om Vangmyasyasthu. Om Nasur me Pranastu. Om Akshnur me Chakshurastu. Om Karnyor me Shrotramastu. Om Vaurme Balamastu. Om Orvorme Ojo Astu. Om Arishtani Mengani Tanastanva Me Sahasantu. And now we chant Ateshtvar Stuti Pratana mantras. And can we all please join our voices? So this creates that energy as we all chant. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadhadram Tanasuva.
Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jatah Patireka Asit Sadadhara Prithivim Yamute Mam Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema.
Om Ya Atmada Balada Yasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Devaha Yasya Chayam Ritam Yasya Mrityuhu Tasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema.
Om ya pranato nimishato mahitvaika itraja jagato babhuva ya ishe asya dvipadascha kasmai devaya havisha vidhema.
Om Yena Dhyaurukra Prithvi Chatridha Yena Swasthabhitam Yena Nakha Yo Antarikshe Rajaso Vimanaha Tasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema.
Om Prajapate Natvadetanyanyo Vishwa Jatani Parita Babhuva Yakamaste Juhomastano Astu Vayam Syama Patayoreiram.
Om Sano Bandhur Janita Savidhata Dhamani Veda Bhuvanani Vishwa Yatra Deva Amritamanashanas Tritiye Dhamanda Dhyarayanta.
Om Agni Naya Supatharai Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmaj Johorana Meno Bhuyishtante Nama Uktim Vidhema.
The bearer of luminous bodies and the Lord of all beings was alone present in the beginning. He sustains this earth and all radiant regions. May we contemplate the nature of that blissful being with devotion. O self-effulgent being, all holy and knower of all things, lead us through the path of goodness to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we always contemplate your divine nature and always be happy. Ataha swasti vachanam. Om Agnimire Purohitam Yajasya Devam Ritvijam Hotaram Ratnadhatamam.
Om Sanahapite Vasuna Vegne Supayano Bhava Sajasvanaha Swastaye.
Om Swasti no Mimitam Ashvina Bhaga Swasti Devyari Pirnarvanaha Swasti Pusha Asuro Dadhatunaha Swasti Dhyava Prithvi Suchetuna.
Om Swastaye Vayumupabravamahai Somam Swasti Bhuvanasya Yaspatihi Brihaspatim Sarvaganam Swastaye स्वस्तय आदित्यासो भवन्तु नः
ॐ विश्वे देवानो अर्या स्वस्तये वैश्वानरो वसुरग्निः स्वस्तये देवा अवन्त विभवा स्वस्तये स्वस्ति नो रुद्रः पार्थं हसः
ॐ स्वस्ति मित्रा वरुणा स्वस्ति पत्ये रेवति स्वस्ति न इन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च स्वस्ति नो अदिते कृधि
ॐ स्वस्ति पन्थामनुचरेम सूर्या चन्द्रमसा विव पुनर्दता जानता संगमेमहि. We sing in praise of the Great One, who is the source of all light, who existed before creation, who is the first teacher of all material and spiritual knowledge, who is worthy of contemplation at all times, and who is the provider of all beautiful and precious things. May we accept our responsibilities and duties, just as the sun and moon unswervingly revolve in their orbits. May we associate with those who are learned, pious, charitable, and non-violent. Iti sankshepatāh swasti vāchanam अथः शांति करणम् ॐ शना इन्द्राग्नि भवतामहोभिः शना इन्द्रा वरुणारातहव्य शमिन्द्रा सोमा सुविताय शन्योः शना इन्द्रा पूषणा वाजसातम्
ॐ शनो भगः शमुनः शंसो अस्तु शनः पुरन्धिः शमु सन्तु रायः शनः सत्यस्य सुयमस्य शंसः शन्नो अर्यमा पुरुजातो अस्तु
ॐ शनो धाता शमुधठानो अस्तु शना उरुचि भवतु स्वधाभिः शम्रोदसी बृहति शनो अद्रिः शनो देवानां सुहवानि सन्तु
ॐ शन्नो अग्निर्ज्योतिरनीको अस्तु शन्नो मित्रा वरुणा विश्विनाशं शनः सुकृतां सुकृतानि सन्तु शन इशिरो अभिवातु वातः
ॐ शनो द्यावा पृथिवी पूर्वभूतौ शमन्तरिक्षं दृशयेनो अस्तु शना उषधीर्वरिणो भवन्तु शनो रजसस्पतिरस्तु जिष्णुः
ॐ शन इन्द्रो वसुभृदेवो अस्तु शमादित्येभिर्वरुणः सुशंसः शनो रुद्रो रुद्रेभिर्जलाशः शनस्त्वष्टाग्नाभिरिह शृणोतु
ॐ शनः सोमो भवतु ब्रह्मशन्नः शनो ग्रावाना शमु सन्तु यज्ञाः शनः स्वरुणामितयो भवन्तु शनः प्रस्वा शमुवस्तु वेदिः. May we derive peace from electricity, fire, and water. May the sun and moon bring us peace and fearlessness by eradicating diseases. May electricity and wind bring us vigor and peace. May the all-peaceful one give us peace. May our religious undertakings bring us peace. May the plants and vegetables bring us peace. May the oblation in this Vedi here bring us peace. अतः शिव संकल्पा mantra. And I ask that we all at least join in the last line. Tanme manaha shiva sankalpamastu. Om yajagrato duramudeti devam taru सुखस्य तदेवेति दूरङ्गमं ज्योतिषां ज्योतिरेकम् तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ येन कर्माण्यपसो मनीषिणो यज्ञे कृण्वन्ति विदधेषु धीराः यत्पूर्वं यक्षमन्तः प्रजानां
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। ॐ यत् प्रजानमुत्चेतोद्रजश्च यज्ज्योतिरन्त अमृतं प्रजासु यस्मानरिते किञ्चन कर्म क्रियते तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ येनेदं भूतं भुवनं भविष्यत् परिगृहीतम् अमृतेन सर्वं येन यज्ञस्तायते सप्तहोता
तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। ॐ यस्मिन् ऋचा सामजोंषि यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिता रत्नभा विवारा यस्मिन् स्थितं सर्वमोतं प्रजानां तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
ॐ सुषारथिरश्वानि वयन् मनुष्यान् नेनीयते भीषुभिर्वाजिन इव हृत्प्रतिष्ठं यदजिरं जविष्ठं तन्मे मनः
शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु।
तन्मे मनः
शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। That celestial entity, the mind, which goes far when one is awake, and wanders similarly when he is asleep, and which travels far and wide, is the only one light of all lights, O Lord. May that our minds always be possessed of noble intentions. As the skillful charioteer controls his horses by the use of his reins, so does a controlled mind takes man to his desired goal. This mind, which reposes in the heart, is most swift and never ages. O God, may that all of our minds always be possessed of noble intentions. Om Sanaha Pasvasham Yave Sham Janaya Shamarvade Sham Rajanoishadiyaha Om Abhayam Nakaryantariksham Abhayam Yava Prithvi Ubhayve Abhayam Paschal Abhayam Purasa Tutmara Abhayam Vastu
ॐ अभयं मित्रादभयं अमित्रादभयं जातादभयं परोक्षात् अभयं नक्तमभयं दिवानः सर्वाशा मम मित्रं भवन्तु सर्वाशा मम मित्रं भवन्तु इति संक्षेपतः शान्तिकरणम्
अथा अग्निप्रदीपनम्. May we all stand to kindle the fire. Bhurabhuva swaha. Bhurabhuva svadhyaurirvahumna prithvi vavarina tasyaste prithvi devayachini prishthe agni mannadamanad dhyayadadhe. Fanning the fire.
ॐ उद्बुद्ध्य स्वाग्नि प्रतिजागृहि त्वमिष्टापूर्ते संसृजे धामयं च अस्मिन् सधस्ते अध्युत्तरस्मिन् विश्वे देवा यजमानश्च सीदता.
You can take your seats. Three Samhita at this time. Om Ayantayadmatma Jatavedasti Dyasvavadasvachaya Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchasi Nanadena Samedhaya Swaha. Iramagne Jatavedase Irannamama.
ॐ समिधाग्निं ध्रुवस्य तद्घृतैर्बोधयतातिथिम् अस्मिन् हव्या जुहोत्तना सुसमिधाय शोचिषे घृतं तीव्रं जुहोत्तना अग्नये चातवेदसे स्वाहा. इदमग्नये चातवेदसे इदन्ना मम.
Om Tantva Samidhirangiro Vritena Bhadhayamasi Brihatschochaya Vishtya Swaha. Iramagne Angirase Irannamama. Panchakrita Huti ghee only. Om Ayantayadmatma Jatavedastene Bhasvavadasvachethawardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadena Samedhaya Swaha. Idamarte Jatavedase Irannamama.
ॐ अयन्तैर्मात्मा जातवेदस्तेने धस्ववर्धस्व चेधवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नानाद्येन समेधय स्वाहा. इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नाममा.
Om Ayantayadmatma Jatavedase Dyasvabhadasvachedahardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadena Samedhaya Swaha. Idamagne Jatavedase Irannamama.
ॐ अयन्तैर्मात्मा जातवेदस्तेने धस्ववर्धस्व चेधवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नानाद्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्ने जातवेदसे इदन्नामम
Final time. Om Ayantayematma Jatavedasene Bhasvabhadhasvachedabhardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanayena Samedhaya Swaha Idamagne Jatavedase Idannamama. Now, with those five offerings, we had five desires. We prayed for spiritual luster. We prayed for grains. We prayed for noble offspring. We prayed for commonwealth. And most importantly, we prayed for the ability to be able to enjoy all of these. Atha Jal Sinchana. Sprinkling of the water first in the east, the west, north, and then a clockwise direction around the kund. Om Arite Anumanyaswa.
Om Anumate Numanyaswa
Om Saraswate Anumanyaswa.
Om Deva Savitah Prasuvayajam Prasuvayajapatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharvah Ketapuh Ketannah Punatu Vachaspatir Vachamnah Swadatu.
And now ghee offerings only. Om North, south, and then the last two are in the center. Om Agnaye Swaha. Idam Agnaye Idannamama.
Om Somaya Swaha Idam Somaya Idannamama
Om Prajapate Swaha. Prajapate Idannamama.
Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idannamama
Om Pratah Kalina Ahuti. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyoti Suryah Swaha.
Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varchah Swaha
Om Jyoti Suryah Suryo Jyoti Swaha.
Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajurusha Sindravatya Jushanah Suryo Vetu Swaha.
Continuing with ghee and samagri. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotir Agnihi Swaha.
Om Agir Varcho Jyotir Varchah Swaha
Om silent offering. Swaha.
Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajuratrendra Vatya Jushano Agnir Vetu Swaha
Om Bhuragne Pranaya Swaha. Idamagne Pranaya Idannamama.
Om Bhuvarvayave Panaya Swaha Idam Vayave Panaya Idannamama
Om Suradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idamadityaya Vyanaya Idannamama.
Om Bhurvah Swaragni Vayavadityebhyah Pranapana Vyanebhyah Swaha Idamagni Vayavadityebhyah Pranapana Vyanebhyah Idannamama
Om Apo Jyotirasomritam Brahma Bhurbhuva Swaram Swaha.
Om Yamedham Devaganah Pitarashchopasate Tayama Madhya Medhayagni Medha Vinam Kuru Swaha
ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितर दुरितानि परासुव यद्भाद्रन्तनासुव स्वाहा
ॐ अग्ने नय सुपधाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम स्वाहा.
And at this time, we invite Pandit Prakash ji to do our special mantras for today.
Om. As was mentioned previously, today we Today we have Bahandipa sitting to perform yajna and her daughter Jessica celebrating their birthday. Jessica's birthday was on Friday, and Bahandipa's birthday is today. And Bhai Raj, his birthday is on Tuesday, along with Panita Nirvani and his two daughters, his beautiful daughters, Sandhya and Deepa also. We have another Deepa on the other side. Lots of Deepa this morning, lots of light this morning with us here. And as we chant these mantras for purification, we pray that whatever your desires are coming here this morning to sit in satsang and make offerings, we pray that may God continue to remove any kind of negative vibrations, any kind of misfortune that may come your way, O Bandipa and Bhai Raj and all of you. That may God continue to bless you with good thoughts, good energies. And may you consume the kind of foods that will enrich you, give you the right nutrients and the right energy to be able to earn, to be able to help your family. And even those that who are less fortunate than you are, you'll be able to extend a hand of seva, of charity towards them. Om, we offer ghee alone. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Agni Ayumshi Pavasa Survijamisham Shanaha Are Badaswaduchunam Swaha Idamagnaye Pavamanaya Idana Mama. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Agnirishihi Pavamana Panchajanyah Purohita Tamimahe Mahagayam Swaha Idamagnaye Pavamanaya Idanna Mama. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Agni Pavaswa Swapa Asme Varchah Suviryam Dadadrai Mai Pausham Swaha Idamagnaye Pavamanaya Idanna Mama. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Prajapate Natvadetan Yanyo Vishwajatani Padita Babhuva Yakamaste Juhomastano Astu Vayam Syama Patayorainam Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idana Mama. A few mantras for auspiciousness. And we pray that may God bless your family, Bahandipa, yourself, Bhai Vijay, your Pati Parameshwar, your children on the other side. We have Bhai Raj, Panita Nirvani, and the two girls. May God continue to bless your lives, bless you with good desires, bless you with all that you pray for. May God continue to bless you with auspiciousness. Om. Om Tvanuvagne Varunasya Vidvan Devasya Hedlo Vayasi Srishthaha Yajishto Vahani Tama Shoshu Chano Vishwadveshansi Pramudhyasmat Swaha Idamagni Varunabhyam Idanna Mama. And as we chant this mantra, we pray that as husband and wife, may you both be enlightened to continue to help families, and may all negative vibrations once more again be destroyed, and may Yajya always be a part of your lives. Om Bhavatanaha Samannasau Sacheta Savare Pasau Mayajam Him Shishtam Mayajim Patim Jata Vedasau Shiva Bhavata Madhyanaha Swaha Idam Jata Vedobhyam Idanna Mama. Before we chant mantras for the birthdays, for those of you who may be suffering from some form of ailment, whatever are you ailing of, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, or social, we chant this mantra and we ask God that, oh God, Trayambakam yajamahai sugandhim pushti vardhanam, that may you continue to shower your blessings of good health on those who were suffering any kind of ill health this morning. And the same way that the ripened fruit is disengaged from its stem, may whatever pain or deficiencies that may exist in them, may you remove that pain and deficiency and bless them with Amrita, this nectar of deathlessness. Ghee. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti
Vardhanam
Urvarukamiva Vandana
Mrityormukshiya Mamritat
Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe
Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam
Urvarukamiva Vandana
Mrityormukshiya Mamritat
Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe
Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam
Urvarukamiva Vandana Mrityormukshiya
Mamritat
Swaha. We pray for all of you who are celebrating your birthday today, that may God bless you, O Raj, O Bahandipa, O our little daughter Jessica. As the mantra says, Bhadram Karnebihi Shunayama Deva, Bhadram Pashyem Ak Shabirya Jatraha. Karnebihi Shunayam. May you listen, always listen to auspiciousness. May you hear and listen to things that are auspicious. May you see everyone and around you. May you look for the auspicious things in each person that you interact with and the environment around you. And may God continue to bless all of you. Stirai anga ishtishtomam sastanobhir. Bless your limbs. Bless you with health and strength and good energies, that you may have a long life and may continue to help your family, your immediate family, and the society that you live in. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैर्यङ्गैस्तुष्टुवां सस्तनोभिर् व्यश्येमहि देवहितं यदायुः स्वाहा. One more mantra for good health, good strength and energy, and good food. Om balam dhehi tanushuno balam indranalutsunaha balam tokaya tanyaya जीवसे त्वमहि बलदासी स्वाहा. We will chant the mantras for Janam Divas. Om Indra Jiva Surya Jiva Deva Jiva Jivayasam Sarvamayur Jivayasam Swaha. Om Sanma Sinchantu Marutaha Sampusha Sambrihaspatihi Samayam Agnihi Sanchantu Prajaya Chadhena Cha Dhirgamayu Kvinotu Me Swaha. May God, as this mantra says, bless all of your senses, and may God continue to bless you, all of you, with long life. Om Suchaksha Aham Akshibhyam Bhuyasam Suvarcha Mukhena Shushrutaha Karnabhyam Bhuyasam Swaha. Om Tachakshuradevahitam Puruscha Chukramucharat
Pashyema Sharadaha Shatam
Jivema Sharadashatam Shrinuyama
Sharadaha Shatam Prabhavama Sharadaha Shatamadinaha Syama Sharadaha Shatam Bhuyascha Sharadaha Shatat Swaha.
We'll ask all of you to stand around the kund here. Manchari, give Bandipa and Bhai Vijay 2 garlands. Stand there with your dharmapatni. Let the children stand back a little. Bandipa, take one of those garlands and give Bhai Vijay one of the garlands. And it is our tradition here at the Mandir that whenever a spouse celebrates their birthday, we ask both Jaya and Pati, the wife and the husband, to be here on stage and garland each other. Pansu. 16 years ago, this mantra was chanted. And so today, I'm going to ask Bhai Vijay. 16 years ago, she garlanded you first. Bhai Vijay, you will garland her first. When we tell you, okay? Not right now. I know there is a bit of nervousness going on, but just relax a little. Turn and face her. And then we will tell you when. Let me finish chanting. This mantra is saying that God has brought the two of you together. And the same way that when you pour water, 2 sets of water in a container, and you try to distinguish which one, to ascertain which water you poured in that container. You may not be able to do that in the same way. May your hearts continue to be alike for each other. Om Samanjantu Vishve Deva Samapo Hridayanino Sammatarishva Samdhata Samudeshri Dadhatuno Samudeshri Dadhatuno. Thank you very much, Bahandipa. And now I'm going to ask you, I'll ask you to go around once, and then we'll do Jessica. And you circle, just step back a little. Kiddies, step back a little. Give them some space. Slowly, Bahandipa. Om. Slowly, and Abhijay, you'll follow her. Om Medhami Varuno Dadatu Medham Agnihi Prajapatihi Medham Indrascha Vayuscha Medham Dhata Dadatu Me Swaha. Go in the middle there. Om Swaha. Om Swaha. Bandipa, this mantra is saying that may God grant you wisdom through righteous deeds. May all creatures grant you the right understanding and the source of all vitality and strength. Confer upon you and Bhai Vijay, on your faculties, that method to discriminate between right and wrong. Oh, we'll give Jessica the and Jessica, slowly, like mommy and daddy did, give them mother and father garland to garland them. Okay. Jess, slowly, the way mommy went around, mommy and daddy, slowly again, right? This mantra is saying that Anuvrataha Pituhu Putro San. This way for me a little. That may you always listen to mommy and daddy, Jessica. When daddy asks you to do something, you always do it first. And then you can complain about it later. Always do it. And mommy also. Never tell them, I'm going to do it later. Do it right then. Okay? Who is older? That's your older brother? How many you have? 2? 3 of them. So when what's your name, son? Jason. When mommy asks you, don't tell her, why don't you ask Jason? You do it. And later you can tell, you should have asked Jason. All right? Slowly. Om Anuvrataha Pituhu Putro Matra Bhavatu Sammana Jaya Patye Madhumati Vacham Vadatu Shantivam Swaha. Give the Pandits some water, lota with water, let them do a little Ashirwad. Just continue to offer key. Om Matri Devo Bhava Swaha. Om Pitri Devo Bhava Swaha. Om Acharya Devo Bhava Swaha. Om Atithi Devo Bhava Swaha. Stand right there. Continue to stand there. I'm going to ask you to. Thank you very much, Jess. Oh. Thank you very much. The mantra continues to say, Bandipa and Bhai Vijay, Jaya Patye Madhumatim, that you and Bhai Vijay, the two of you, must always have good opinions, sweet opinions of each other. Vacham Vadatu Shantivam, and always speak to each other in such a way that the children can see, observe how you speak to each other, and they may live that way. Can you step a little this way for me now? Thank you. Everybody step back this way. This way. Raj, you and Bahan Nirvani. In the middle there, Pandita Nirvani. Give Deepa and Sandhya garlands. Give Raj and Pandita Nirvani 2 garlands. 2 colorful, beautiful garlands, not the blue one, the colorful ones. That's his favorite color? Ah. I want you to find each other's heart. Oops, they're looking now. Raj, I think by Nirvani's heart is on the left side, not the right side. Okay. And this mantra says, Mama vratite hridayam dadami, Mama chitam anuchitam te astu, Mama vacham ekkamanaju shasva, Prajapatištva nihunaktamahayam. That I take your heart into my heart, and I take your words, your thoughts into mine, because God has given me unto you, and you unto me, for us to live a long life together. 31 years ago. So I'm going to chant, all right? And then when I finish chanting, you guys will make one offering of ghee, right? And garland each other. Om mama vartite hridayam dadhami, mama chittam anuchitam te astu, mama vachame kamanaju shasva, prajapatištva nihunaktumahyam swaha. And then garland each other. Om Pandits, just shower them, please. Om Raj, take the ghee and one circumambulation. One time around. Om Swasti Pantha Anucharima Surya Chandramasa Viva Punardadatagnata Janata Samgame Mahi Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Swaha. Garlands all around. Give Mataji a garland here. And hi, Roy. Om. 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 Saubhagyamastu Om. Shubham Bhavatu. Om Saubhagyamastu Om. Shubham Bhavatu. Om Sabhagyamastu Om Shubham Bhavatu. For all of you who are celebrating your birthdays today, we all say Tvam Jiva Sharadaha Shatam Vardhamana. Happy birthday, my brother. Om. Oh, Bhai Vijay, your birthday was on the 15th too? Well, continue to sit here and we will finish the Havan, and we're happy to have you here. Thank you all. Finish up. Pandita Nirvani. Let's take our seats.
Purnahuti Rupakara Vaj Ahuti. Ghee only. Om Agnaye Swaha.
Idam Agnaye Idanna Mama.
Om Somaya Swaha.
Idam Somaya Idanna Mama.
Om Prajapatiye Swaha.
Idam Prajapataye Idanna Mama.
Om Indraya Swaha.
Idam Indraya Idanna Mama.
Om Bhurate Swaha.
Idamagnaye idanna mama.
Om Bhurvayave Swaha.
Idam vayave idanna mama.
Om Suradityaya Swaha.
Idamadityaya idanna mama.
Om Bhurbhuvah Suragni Vayavaditevyaha Swaha.
Idamagni vayavaditebhyaha idanna mama.
And now, as we chant and make offerings for the Brahma Gayatri Savitri Guru Mantra, I ask that we all sit up and clasp our hands. And as this mantra is asked, may our intellect always be improved day by day. Om Bhuribhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha. He and Samapi.
Om Bhuribhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhuribhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat Swaha.
Sushtakrita Hoti Mahudog Mantra. Om Yadyasya Karmanothyariricham
Yadvanyunamihakaram Agnishtat Shrishtakritiyat Sarvam Shrishtam Sahutam Karotame Agnaye Shrishtakrite Sahutahute Sarva Prayaschittahutinam Kamanam Samardhayatre Sarvanam Kaman Samardhaya Swaha. Idamagnaye Shrishtakrite Idannamama. Prajapyattahuti. Silent mantra. Om Swaha.
Idam Prajapati Idam Namama. And now may we all stand for Purnahuti. Om Sarvamvai Purinam Swaha. Om Sarvamvai Purinam Swaha. Om Sarvamvai Purinam Swaha. And we invite our congregation, because I'm sure that we have a lot of parents today in our congregation, so we invite you to offer as well. May the mothers and sisters come up, and then we'll ask the brothers and fathers. Om
Sarvanvai Purinam Swaha.
Om Sarvamvai Purinam Swaha.
Om Sarvanvai Purinam Swaha. Om Sarvanvai Purinam Swaha.
Om Sarvamvai
Purinam Swaha. Om Sarvanve Purinam
The fathers and brothers.
Swaha. We ask our brothers and the fathers.
Om
Sarvanve Purinam Swaha.
Om
Sarvanve Purinam Swaha. Om Sarvanve Purinam Swaha. Om Sarvanve Purinam Swaha. Om Sarvanve Purinam Swaha.
Atha Mukha Sparsha, taking some ghee, a little bit of ghee, and rubbing it between your fingers and touching it to the fire. And as we do this, we're asking for the energy that has been emitted from this fire to be absorbed by your body, so that as we continue for this week, we will be able to take that energy to guide us through the rest of this week. Om Tanupagayasi Tanva me pahi.
Om Ayurda Agniyasi
Again.
Ayur me dehi.
Om Varchuda Agniyasi Varchu me dehi.
Om Agniyan me tanva Unam tanma aprena.
Om Medha me deva Savita adadhatu.
Om Medha me devi Saraswati adadhatu.
Om Medha me Ashvinau Deva vadhata
Pushkarasrajau.
Ataha Anga Sparsha, and we're touching our limbs. Om
Vakshama apyayetam. Om
Pranashama
Pranashama apyayetam.
Om
Om
Chakshushrama Apyayatam.
Om
Shrotram Chama apyayetam. Om Yashobalam Chama apyayetam. May we all take our seats. Yajagit.
पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए. छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए. वेद की गाये रचाए सत्य को धारण करे. हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से तरे. स्वार्थ भाव में दे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो. इदन मम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो. हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक. हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक. वंदना हम कर रहे. नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे. प्रभु आपकी सब पर रहे. प्रभु आपकी सब पर रहे.
Om
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः. सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः. सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु. मा कश्चित् दुख भाग भवे हे ईश सब सुखी हो कोई न हो दुखारी सब हो निरोग भगवन धन धान्य के भंडारी सब भाद्र भाव के सन्मार्ग के पथिक हो दुखिया न कोई होवे सृष्टि में प्राणधारी हे ईश सब सुखी हो.
O Lord, may all be happy, may all be free of misery, may all realize goodness, and may no one suffer pain. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. And now I hand you over to Bahin Shivi to continue the rest of today's program. Namaste.
My Supreme Sagar Namaste. And on behalf of the executive, the pundits, and the leadership of the Arya Spiritual Center, I humbly welcome everyone, those who are physically present here, and our online viewers to today's Satsang. It's always a joy and pleasure to have all of you here, and we do hope that we have fulfilled your expectations of divinity by the way we conducted our services, and we will love to have you here more often. Today is a special day as we observe National Parents' Day. Parents are the greatest gift of nature we have, and there is nothing that comes close to taking their place in our lives. The role of parents is integral in the development of a child's life. And the aim of the National Parents' Day is to promote responsible parenting and encourage positive reinforcement by parents to children. And it also goes the other way as well, as the day also celebrates the sacrifices of parents and the unparalleled bond of love between parents and children. Today's services is conducted by the Mahila, and it's so soothing to listen to Bahin Gita conducting the Sandhya, and Bahin Nirvani and Darshani conducting the Havan in such a sanctified mode. And we are able to observe that peace and tranquility in the innermost recesses of our hearts. To all our birthday celebrants, on behalf of the Samaj, I wish you all a very happy birthday. And we continue to pray that may the Paramatma continue to grace your life with all that's noble and auspicious. For the first item in our program, I would like to call upon our son, Devendra, who is musically talented and always willing to spread his fragrance with us, to render us a bhajan of his choice. And if you know the bhajan, you can feel free to join him. Over now to by Devendra.
My humble namaste to everyone.
Please join with me in this very beautiful bhajan on page 158 of your Atmageet. Lelo Lelo Duai Ma Baap Ki. And it says, take the blessings from your mom and dad. With their blessings, you will succeed in freeing yourself from the burden of sins you currently fetch. Lelo Lelo Duai Ma Baap Ki ho. Lelo Lelo Duai Ma Baap Ki. सर से हो तेरे की घटरी, सर से हो तेरे की घटरी, पाप की ले लो दुआई माँ बाप की हो, ले लो दुआई माँ बाप की. गोद में माँ की आँख खुली जग देखा बाप के कांधे चेहरे के. गोद में माँ की आँख खुली जग देखा बाप के कांधे चेहरे के. सेवा बरीने होगी कोई, सेवा बरीने होगी कोई, इन दोनों की सेवा से भर के, इन दोनों की सेवा से भर के. ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो, ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की. दुख सहना माँ बाप की खातिर फर्ज तो है, सान नहीं. दुख सहना माँ बाप की खातिर फर्ज तो है, सान नहीं. फर्ज है इनका तेरे सर पर, फर्ज है इनका तेरे सर पर, भिक्षा या कोई दान नहीं हो, भिक्षा या कोई दान नहीं. ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो, ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की. मात पिता के चरण छुए जो, चार धाम तीरथ फल पावे. मात पिता के चरण छुए जो, चार धाम तीरथ फल पावे. जो आशीष ये दिल से दे भगवान से भी ताली ना जाए, भगवान से भी ताली ना जाए. ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की हो, ले लो दुआएं माँ बाप की. सर से उतरे की घतरी पाप की ले लो दुआई माँ बाप की ओ ले लो दुआई माँ बाप की हो ले लो दुआई माँ बाप की. And this, thank you. And this very beautiful bhajan says, you opened your eyes for the very first time while in your mother's lap. You saw the world first on your father's shoulders. No duty in the world supersedes a duty to mother and father. Leave no stone unturned while serving mom and dad. Whatever you do for them is no charity, but a sacred duty. Remember, they did the same for you in your childhood years, and that debt remains to be redeemed. Anyone who honors his parents' wishes is blessed with the fruit of fulfilling the fourfold purpose of life, that is dharma, righteousness, artha, wealth, calm, enjoyment, and moksha, salvation. Even God cannot circumvent the blessing of a parent that a parent gives to a deserving child. Dhanyavad.
Th- Thank you so much, Bhai Devendra. You did it all. You explained the meaning of the Geet. And for our next item, I would like to call on Bahin Darshani, and she will give us a message from about the parents, a letter from parents.
Namaste all once again. So Panita Nirvani reached out to me and she asked me if I could do a poem around the theme of National Parents' Day. So I said, yeah, give me a day. Let me think about what I really want to do. So I looked around the internet and I'm really happy about what I found because Bhai Devendra, we were very well coordinated, even though we did not coordinate. I wanted something that is quite relevant to our audience, and I had to think about it. So I said, in our dharma, we're always reminded of Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. Honor your father and your mother as gods. So keeping that in mind, I had to find something relevant. And I found something on the internet. It's a letter. It was written by an anonymous parent to her daughter. And I think that it's much more relevant than just a mom to a daughter. I think this is also relevant from a father to a son. So the letter, again, it's anonymous. This is what it says. And it's written to a daughter, but again, keep in mind that it could be for a son. So it says, my dear girl, the day you see I'm getting old, I ask you to please be patient. But most of all, try to understand what I'm going through. If when we talk, I repeat the same thing 1,000 times, don't interrupt to say, you said the same thing a minute ago. Just listen, please. Try to remember the times when you were little, and I would read the same story night after night until you would fall asleep. When I don't want to take a bath, don't be mad and don't embarrass me. Remember when I had to run after you, making excuses and trying to get you to take a shower when you were just a girl? When you see how ignorant I am when it comes to new technology, give me the time to learn and don't look at me that way. Remember, honey, I patiently taught you how to do many things like eating appropriately, getting dressed, combing your hair, and dealing with life's issues every day. The day you see that I'm getting old, I ask you to please be patient, but most of all, try to understand what I'm going through. If I occasionally lose track of what we're talking about, give me the time to remember. And if I can, don't be nervous, impatient, or arrogant. Just know in your heart that the most important thing for me is to be with you. And when my old, tired legs don't let me move as quickly as before, give me your hand the same way that I offered mine to you when you first walked. When those days come, don't feel sad. Just be with me and understand me while I get to the end of my life with love. I'll cherish and thank you for the gift of time and joy we shared. With a big smile and the huge love I've always had for you, I just want to say, I love you, my darling daughter. Thank you.
What an appropriate and soul-touching letter, and it reminds of us of our paramount duty to our parents. For the next item, I will call on our daughter, Sandhya Prasad. She always graces Mandir with her melodious voice, and we are happy to have you here with us today. Thank you, Sandhya.
Namaste. I was just saying I have like the same 5 songs in rotation, so I apologize. It's going to be one of the 5. But I hope that you, if you know it, you can sing it with me. O palanhare, nirguna aur nyare. O palanhare, निर्गुण और न्यारे तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं तुम्हें हमका हो संभाले तुम्हें हमरे रखवाले तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं चंदा में तुम्हें तो भरे हो चांदनी सूरज में उजाला तुम्हीं से ये गगन है मगन तुम्हें तो दिए हो सितारे भगवन ये जीवन तुम्हें ना सवारोगे तो क्या कोई सवारे ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं जो सुनो तो कहे प्रभु जी हमारे है बिनती दुख जन को धीरज दो हारे नहीं वो कभी दुख से तुम निर्बल को रक्षा दो रह पाए निर्बल सुख से भक्ति को शक्ति दो भक्ति को शक्ति दो जग के जो स्वामी हो इतनी तो अरज सुनो है पद में अंधियारे दे दो वरदान में उजियारे ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे तुमरे बिन हमरा कौन नहीं उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन तुमरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं ओ पालनहारे निर्गुण और न्यारे तुमरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं हमरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन तुमरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं तुमरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं तुमरे बिन हमरा कोनो नहीं.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. What a treat. As we are in the spirit of celebrating the 200 Renaissance of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, I would like to call upon Devendra and Bahinamrita to read to us the principles of Arya Samaj, and let these principles become an integral part of our lives. So please listen carefully.
आर्य समाज के 10 नियम.
The 10 principles of Arya Samaj.
प्रथम नियम, सब सत्य विद्या और जो पदार्थ विद्या से जाने जाते हैं उन सब का आदि मूल परमेश्वर है.
First principle, God is the primary cause of all spiritual and physical sciences and of everything known through their means.
द्वितीय नियम, ईश्वर सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप निराकार सर्वशक्तिमान न्यायकारी दयालु अजन्मा अनंत निर्विकार अनादि अनुपम सर्वाधार सर्वेश्वर सर्वव्यापक सर्वंतर्यामी अजर अमर अभय नित्य पवित्र और सृष्टिकर्ता है. उसी के उपासना करने योग्य है.
Second principle, God is existent, intelligent, and blissful. He is formless, omnipotent, just, kind, unborn, endless, unchangeable, beginningless, unequaled, and the support of all. He is the Lord of all, omnipresent, immanent, unaging, immortal, fearless, eternal, holy, and the creator of the universe. He alone should be communed with.
तृतीय नियम, वेद सब सत्य विद्याओं का पुस्तक है. वेदा का पढ़ना पढ़ाना सुनना सुनाना सब आर्यों का परम धर्म है.
Third principle, Ved is the scripture of all true knowledge. Reading, teaching, hearing, and reciting the Ved is the first duty of all Aryans.
चतुर्थ नियम, सत्य को ग्रहण करने और सत्य को छोड़ने में सर्वदा उद्यत रहना चाहिए.
Fourth principle, one should always be prepared to accept truth and reject falsehood.
पंचम नियम, सब काम धर्म अनुसार अर्थात सत्य और असत्य को विचार करके करने चाहिए.
Fifth principle, all work should be done in keeping with righteousness. That is, after due reflection over right and wrong.
शास्त्र नियम, संसार का उपकार करना इस समाज का मुख्य उद्देश्य है, अर्थात शारीरिक आत्मिक और सामाजिक उन्नति करना.
Sixth principle, to do good to the whole world is the main object of this Samaj. That is, to improve the physical, spiritual, and social status of human experience.
सप्तम नियम, सबसे प्रीतिपूर्वक धर्म अनुसार यथा योग्य बरतना चाहिए.
Seventh principle, one should have dealings with all in accordance with love, law, and propriety.
अष्टम नियम, अविद्या का नाश और विधि के वृद्धि करने चाहिए.
One should always promote knowledge and dispel ignorance.
नवम नियम, प्रत्येक को अपनी ही उन्नति में संतुष्ट न रहना चाहिए, किंतु सबकी उन्नति में अपनी उन्नति समझनी चाहिए।
Ninth principle, no one should remain content with his or her own prosperity. Individual prosperity should be considered in the prosperity of all.
और दशम नियम, सब मनुष्यों को सामाजिक सर्वहितकारी नियम पालने में परतंत्र रहना चाहिए और प्रत्येक हितकारी नियम में सब स्वतंत्र रहे।
10th principle, everyone should be bound in following altruistic social rules. However, in matters relating to personal welfare, let all be free.
धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Bahin Amrita and by Devendra. It was well read. And at the Arya Spiritual Center, we offer a number of activities. And to keep you abreast of what's going on, I would like to call upon my sister, Bahin Joan. She's an educator. She's a role model, someone who I always admire and I look up to and who I have learned a lot from. Over to you, Bahin Joan, for the announcements. Who is it? I'm sorry. I had her name on the list for announcements. It's okay. We have a little switch. I'm sorry about that. And I will call on Pandita Nirvani to give us the announcements.
Namaste, and apologies for the little last minute switch. And these are the announcements for today. We do have Thursday satsang classes, and these are being conducted by Pandit Deepak Ji on Thursdays from 7:30 to 8:30 via Zoom. And if you are interested, you can reach out to Pandit Deepak Ji for that Zoom link. Also, if you would like to be a part, of the Mahila, as you can see, this is today, the program was put together entirely by the Mahila. And I have to thank the Mahila, I have to thank the members of the Mahila for offering such support and for the research that they do to be able to put this program together for us all, to be able to put this program together and present this to you. Thank you to everyone in the Mahila. We do meet, we have discussions, and of course, this is depending on everyone's availability. We also put together one service per month. And if you would like to become a part of the Mahila, you can reach out to me or any member of the Mahila, and we'll be able to, get you involved. We also do have a youth forum, and there are monthly sessions. If you would like to be a part of the youth forum, please, there's a number on the screen that you can call to contact and become a part of the youth forum. If you would like to make a paperless donation, if you're unable to make a donation in person and it's more convenient for you to make a paperless donation, we are now accepting PayPal and Zelle. For PayPal, you can use the QR code on the link on live stream. And please also be sure to include your name and contact information so that we can get you a receipt and we can be able to say thank you. For Zelle, use the Arya Spiritual Center email address, and that is Arya Spiritual Center, and it's spelled CENTRE@gmail.com. And as I'm sure you all are aware, we're on more than one social media platforms. We are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and of course, we can also be reached by email at aryaspiritualcenter@gmail.com. And now there are some save the dates for for upcoming events. First, we have Remind in the Park, which starts on Sunday at 5:30, Sunday, August 13th at 5:30. And our very own Pandit Ravi Ji will be presenting at this Ramayana in the Park event. We also have Ved in the Park, which starts on August 24th and ends on August 27th. And we encourage you to please attend these events. They're very informative, very educational. Our Raksha Bandhan service will be held on Wednesday, August 30th at 7:30. Please, brothers and sisters, come along, bring your siblings, and join us for our Raksha Bandhan service. Thank you and namaste.
Before Manchivi takes over, again, two things very quickly for the Ramayana in the Park. Padravudin will be officiating on Wednesday the 16th, and a number of the youths of the Arya Spiritual Center. So make a note of that. On Wednesday the 16th of August, Padravudin will be officiating. Bhai Niraj will be part of that program also, and a number of our Yada Rajin, Deepak, and so on. For Ved in the Park, which begins on the 24th of August, and I was asked by the executive to make this announcement. And also, what we'd like to do, we'd like to have sponsors for every night from the 24th. So 24th, that's a Thursday, 25th a Friday, 26th a Saturday, and we culminate on Sunday morning, the 27th. If anybody would like to sponsor an evening to be the Yajman for Ved in the Park, please give your names either to members of the Mahila or any one of the Pandits or Bandarshini and our secretaries. Secondly, if you would like to provide food for any of the nights, we do welcome that, and get in touch with us. Our numbers are on the calendar. You can get in touch with all the Pandits, and those numbers are on the calendar. And thirdly, we'd like you to invite all of your relatives and friends to come to this event. It's the first one that we will be holding, and we'd like to invite the entire public to come and witness and participate in this event. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Bahin Nirvani and Pandit Prakash, for keeping us abreast of what's going on in our mandir and in our community. And now for our message. I'm so pleased and so happy to introduce to you Bahin Joan, as I call her. She's a role model. She has been here many years, and I always look upon her for her wisdom. So I'm sure she has some beautiful message to bring to us today. Thank you. Over to Bani.
Namaste, and thank you, Banshivi, for such a gracious, such a warm introduction. I want to begin by thanking Pandita Nirvani for reaching out to me to participate in this morning's satsang. But before we go further, let's chant this shloka, mantra, whatever it is. Let me just begin. Stutamaya Varda Vedamata Prachodayantam Pavamani Dvijana Ayuh Pranam Prajam Pashum Kirtim Dravinam Brahma Varachasam मह्यं दत्त्वा व्रजतं ब्रह्मलोकम्. I give praise to that Paramatman whose glory shines through the knowledge of the Vedas, who inspires and blesses us with cherished desires, life, vitality, progeny, ethical source of wealth, righteous fame, abundance of resources, and spiritual radiance. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. When Pandita Nirvani reached out to me to ask if I would present the message for today, and I asked her what would be the theme, and she said, it's National Parents' Day. I have to admit, I had never followed up on National Parents' Day. I guess I was so busy parenting myself over all these years, I never give thought to National Parents' Day. And these days, it seems like a fad where every week there is a National Day of something. Last Monday was a National Day of, I don't know what it was. Sometimes there's National Day of Donuts. All kinds of national days. So I didn't give it any thought. So I had to do some research, like our daughter Darshini said. I had to dig into the internet to get some thoughts. And so here's what I learned. In 1994, let me just get to that. In 1994, Congress passed the Parents' Day resolution and established this day as a day of sacrifices, of recognizing the sacrifices of parents and acknowledging this close connection that parents and children have. In that proclamation, it's called 6811, it was done on Parents' Day in 1995, it states that parenthood is among the most difficult and most rewarding responsibilities in life. Balancing countless demands, parents must be firm yet loving, protective yet liberating. They are the nurturers of our dreams and the soothers of our fears. They instill in their children, by word and example, the importance of family and community involvement, the value of education and hard work. So this is why this day was established. This statement acknowledges at the federal level the educational supports and guidance that parents need in bringing up their children. And so governmental entities were asked to support parents in this role in whatever way they could, whether it's providing mental supports for children, emotional supports for parents, whatever physical opportunities, parks, recreation, to help parents and guide them along the way. And essentially, the resolution was intended to uplift and strengthen America's moral fiber, because we know that along the way, that moral fiber diminished. And they wanted to recognize that all learning begins in the most important place that we all know, and that is the home. The theme for today's celebration is the power of parenting, raising happy, healthy, and hopeful children. The focus is on the role of families, parents, and caregivers, that of nurturing a child's overall well-being. Parenting is a journey. It's a two-way journey. When a baby is born, for the mother and the father, it is a new beginning. It is a journey that is both rewarding and challenging, as all parents know. Oftentimes, however, as parents, we are so busy taking care of our children, trying to give them the best opportunities in life, that we forget that we too are learning from them. And that is very important when parents can acknowledge that they learn from their children. Parenting doesn't come with a blueprint. There are no roadmaps. No, in the past we used to use Rand McNally maps, those huge maps when we travel on the road. There are none of those. These days it's Google Maps and Waze. In modern times, there are magazines and poems. We just heard one. There are podcasts, everything. But we all know that no manual can truly prepare us for parenthood and parenting. It is a unique experience that unless you go through it, you never know what it is. You have to experience it. Oh, sorry. All I know is parenting never ends. Once it begins, it never ends. Once you're a parent forever. And I don't want to admit any kind of impediment here to anybody who is looking forward to being a parent. It's rewarding. It comes with challenges. It's a sacred responsibility. As parents, our duty is not only to provide food, shelter, and clothing and education for our children. We're also responsible for their total well-being, their overall well-being. So it means as we bring up children, we establish boundaries, we provide some rules and rituals for them. And children don't always comply. They don't. But we love them nevertheless. And so we know that parenting is not an easy task. But as I said, and I will keep saying, it's a rewarding task. Now let's consider why National and how National Parents' Day relates to us as believers of Vedic Satya Sanatan Dharma. Our Shastras remind us that every day is Parents' Day. We heard it from our son's bhajan. We heard it from our daughter. Every day is Parents' Day. But it is good that one day can be set aside for us to reflect and ponder on parenthood and parenting and our responsibilities. So this shloka, Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, we all know it. We've grown up hearing it. It's about honoring our parents, our mothers, our fathers, and our teachers as divine beings. Sometimes we say they are our earthly gods. And notice that mothers come first because they are the first teacher. Mother is first in our lives. And then again, the bhajan, Lelo Lelo Duaye Ma Baap Ki, That song in praise of mothers, again reminding us of, in praise of parents, reminding us of our duties to our parents. But I submit to you that centuries before America declared a National Day of Parenting, our Shastras gave us stories in narrative form depicting the bond that exists between children and parents, and in very subtle ways demonstrated what those roles look like and should be and sound like. The Ramayana, the Mahabharata are prime examples long before this day came about in 1994. And who will forget among us the story of Shravan Kumar? Typical father-son relationship, but parent-children relationship as well. So Satyart Prakash in chapter 2 begins with Matriman, Pitriman, Acharyavan, Purusho Veda. It's from the Shatapatha Brahmana, but that's how chapter 2 begins. Verily, that man alone can become a great scholar who has had the advantage of 3 good teachers, namely mother. I changed it because I messed up, but I changed it. It didn't. Oh, it does take it, not mine. Mother, father, and preceptor, teacher, or guru. And blessed is the family. Most fortunate is the child whose parents are godly and learned. This text offers prescription for parents, for teachers, and for children to develop appropriate relationships with each other that lead ultimately to the acquisition of knowledge and practice of accepted behaviors. This Satyart Prakash is the major work of Maharishi Swami Dayanand Saraswati. And in that text, he provides a prescription for bringing up children. Mother's role, father's role, acharya role. He talks about the sanskars that are given to children to impress upon their minds the values and the ethical behaviors that's expected of them. And as an aside, I questioned the methodology of some of what's written there in those times. But what is eternal in that book are the values that are promulgated. So it is something for us all to look at and to read. One of the greatest responsibilities of any individual, regardless of your financial status, your origin of your country of nationality, or the color of your skin, is that of being a parent. As parents, we all share a few common goals: ensuring the health and safety of our children, preparing them for life as adults and productive citizens, and instilling cultural, moral, ethical values, in a sense, cultivating what we always refer to as dharmic qualities. And such goals require high parent-children relationships, strong, trusting relationships from the inception, but parents exercising grace and patience when the need arises. As a parent, I used to second guess myself whether I made the right decision whether I said the right things sometimes when my children came to me. I'm sure many of you parents can empathize with that feeling. And as parents, we fall short sometimes, and we must admit when we fall short. And because we fall short, we must accept the same of our children. When we expect perfection, we will set ourselves up for disappointment, because we are not perfect parents, and we cannot expect our children to be perfect all the time. Last one. Maharishi Patanjali, in his Mahabhashya, and also that's referenced in Satyart Prakash. Oh gosh, my slides are all mixed up. Okay. He says, those parents and tutors who are slow to reprimand, who are not slow to reprimand their children and their pupils, are as if giving them a drink of immortality. But those who indulge them are in fact giving them poison, and are thus the cause of their ruin, because indulgence spoils children, whilst reproof develops good qualities in them. I'm missing a slide. There it is. One of my favorites, renowned philosopher Chanakya, expresses this advice aptly in the following shloka. Mata Shatru Pita Vairi Ye Nabalo Napatitaha Mata Shatru Pita Vairi Ye Nabalo Napatitaha न शोभते सभा मध्ये हंस मध्ये पको यथा हंस मध्ये पको यथा. And literally, what this shloka is saying is, parents who neglect the education of their child are his enemies. In sabha, or in society, in company of scholars, that child is like a crane or a crow among swans. Therein lies the essential of parenthood. Our duty to educate our children is paramount. Indeed, as parents, if we do not expose our children to formal education and appropriate learning experiences, we are knowingly doing them injustice. We are not preparing them to be accepted in scholarly settings, and we're not giving them opportunities to realize their potentials. That is what appropriate parenting is. A yoga guru and a spiritual leader, and someone I've read some works from, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, in a text entitled Know Your Child, The Art of Raising Children. He offers that raising children in this modern society necessitates a more permissive, a more liberal parenting style to enable them to grow into well-rounded individuals who will go on to live happy and fulfilling lives and make their contributions to society. His premise also is based on spirituality. Again, education being the foundation and spirituality also contributing. And many of you, perhaps, I know my brother Panditji Sarji is fond of this one. Motivational speaker Sadhguru. Sadhguru, in a book called Parenting, Raise Yourself Before You Raise Your Child, says, children grow by observation and involvement, not by teachings and philosophies. Become a living example of what you want your child to be. Give them space, love, and support to let them grow. And that brings me to this that I really love, and you've heard it before. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayad yanti patratam, patravad dhanamapnoti, dhana dharmam tatha sukham, dhana dharmam tatha sukham. This is what knowledge does for children. It bestows humility, it brings respectability to them, it leads them to success in life, and it brings them happiness. And so, on this National Day of Parents' Recognition, let children and parents resolve to play their roles dutifully with adherence to the eternal principles of Dharma, some of which were done by speakers and by our singers. And let me close by thanking each one of you here for viewing us on social media and for your participation in today's satsang. And I truly hope that somewhere in all of the messages that you've heard today, that we would have in some way inspired something in you and that something resonated. But before I say my final thing, I want to share with you, and if they can share, this one is something I'm sure many of you have seen before. When I knew that I was going to be a parent, I bought a copy and I put it up in the room in my bedroom wall to remind me that I am the role model for my child. And over the years, it has served me well. And whenever I falter, I go back to it. And I've made copies for everyone who's here to take a copy. So I leave you with that. And it's children learn what they live. What children see and experience in the home is what they will practice outside. They live what they learn because they learn what they live. And just give that to the adults, and and there's a flip side to it. On the flip side, I shared with you from The Art of Living from Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, 12 good parenting principles. And then I am going to close. I just want to take one more minute of your time. There are some facts that all parents go through at some part of their lives. When you first become a parent, you wonder if you're cut out to be a parent because you're learning. And sometimes you just don't know what to do. Secondly, remember that our children reflect us. What we do is what they accept as the norm and is what they will want to do in their lives. They mirror our faults. I always tell the story of when my younger daughter was just about 6 or 7. It was a Saturday morning, and the people came to the front door to leave some flyers as they normally would on a Saturday morning. And I was in my pajamas and I didn't feel like going out. And I said to her, take this $1 and give them, and they will give you 2 books. And she looked, and tell them I'm sleeping. And she looked at me and she said, Mom, you want me to lie for you? And that hit me. And I have lived with it all these years that if I tell my children to lie for me, then lying becomes the norm. And to end, remember that we will become our parents. Especially ladies, we tend to look like our mothers. I'll tell you that. So we'll become our parents, watch ourselves. And then the last thing is, parenting can be downright heartbreaking at times. When our kids cry, we cry with them. When they laugh, we laugh with them. But we feel their pain. We feel their heartbreaks, whatever it is. Happy Parent Day today to all of you. Namaste.
What a profound and inspiring message. She said it all. I have no remarks. And to close the program today, I will call upon our son to... Oh, Sandhya? Oh, sorry. I will call upon Sandhya Prasad to give us the arti and the closing remarks. Thank you.
Everyone, please stand. Stand. Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ke sankat Bhakt Jano ke sankat Chan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare Jo dhyave pal paave dukh vin se man ka Swami dukh vin se man ka Sukh sampati ghar aave Sukh sampati ghar aave Darshan kirtan ka Om Jai Jagadish Hare Vishaya Vikara Mitavo Papa Haro Deva Swami Papa Haro Deva Shraddha Bhakti Badhao Shraddha Bhakti Badhao Santan ki seva Om Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ke sankat Bhakt Jano ke sankat Chan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare Om Jai Jagadish Hare Om Jai Jagadish Hare अथ शान्तिपातः ॐ
द्यौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिः रोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिः विश्वे देवाः शान्तिः ब्रह्मा शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्तिः
शांति शांति। ओम।
प्रेम से बोलो ओंकार भगवान की जय। प्रेम से बोलो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो जगत गुरु महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद की जय। प्रेम से बोलो वैदिक सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। भोजन मंत्र।
ॐ अनपते अनस्य नो देहि अन्नमिवस्य सुष्मिनः प्रप्रदातारं तारिषा ऊर्जनो देहि द्विपदे चतुष्पदे। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ।
Namaste. And thank you for your tolerance in giving us a few more minutes of your time today. And have a great week, everyone. Thank you.